Griffon Sports Insider is presented by Mosaic Life Care. This week, we're running into unfamiliar territory and doing things we've never done before. Griffon football heads to St. Louis for the first time ever to face a fresh foe. Griffon volleyball rolling through nationally ranked opponents and still with room to grow.
We're studs. That's it.
No, that's not it. We're just getting started. So grab your glove, apply your glitz, and go for the glamour. We're coming at you like a black and gold hammer. GSI, the most interesting show in the world, starts now.
He supports the Griffins through his cheers, not through his attire.
Hello and welcome, GSI, Ryan, Brett. It's a short week and an historic week for Missouri Western football.
You have your glitz?
I do.
You like to try new things as well, don't you?
Not that.
Let's try them on here this week. The Griffins set for a Thursday night nationally televised showdown at Lindenwood University. It's the first ever meeting between the Griffins and the Lions.
Yeah, but before we go there, let's go back to last Saturday. Western ran its record at 2-1 with a total shutdown of Northeastern State.
That it was.
Week 3 brings us back to Spratt Stadium for Military Appreciation Day. Red, white, blue, black, and gold. Missouri Western coming off a Week 2 loss, trying to get back on the winning track against winless Northeastern State. Freshman quarterback Skylar Windmiller and TJ LaFavor once again sharing the reins, but running back Raphael Spencer pulling the wagon. Second quarter, gets a hole, finds the end zone. Griffins take a 10-0 lead at this point. Riverhawks trying to get on the board a few minutes later, and this sets the stage for the play of the season.
Come from the outside, he steps up, Fantasco hit, throws it over the middle, it's going to be intercepted by Mark Harrison. He'll try to bring it out of the end zone, comes to your sideline, to the 15, he gets a block, down the near sideline, to the 40, it's a foot race, diving was more, he couldn't get it, Mark Harrison is going to take it the distance. A 100-plus interception return. There are no flags down, and Mark Harrison gets a touchdown.
Another look. Linebacker Kirk Rezegi starts the chain of events with the heavy pressure, and Yami Ali with the key block on 2 Riverhawks. 100 yards later, it's 17-0. NSU's next possession, back in the same spot, same result, kind of. Mike Jordan picks off the pass in the end zone. He'll take a knee. Griffs go to the break with a 17-point lead. Third quarter, more from Spencer. 19 carries for 101 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns on the night. This one makes it a 24-0 game. Meanwhile, the secondary continuing to play takeaway. 4 interceptions on the night. Jordan had 2 of them. His 10 for his career. He's only a junior. Western completely shuts down Northeastern State. 30-0 the final. The Griffins pitched their first shutout in 2 years. It's their first shutout of an MIAA team in 12 years. They're now 2-1 on the season, and the defense continues to mold the identity of this 2014 team.
Yeah, we played well. We finished this time, kept them off the board, and anytime you can throw a shutout against anybody, it's a good thing.
You always want to come out relentless. That was the key word for today. We wanted to come back and show teams that that was not the Missouri Western you saw last week. You know, we came together and we told each other that, you know, if we lose this game that you can pretty much flush the season down the drain. So it really was just us sticking together and us knowing that tempo was going to be a good factor in our victory. So, I mean, it really is just a team effort.
Why couldn't you go 100 yards like Mark Harrison on a return?
Honestly, I don't know. I have no excuse. I should have.
Don't you think you're a little old to be doing all that running right now?
Oh, man, my hamstrings cramped up at the 50. I was stretching all game. I've been stretching all game, man.
You know what? I'm glad you caught the thing, first of all.
Yeah.
And, you know, you had to get out at least past the 20 because Coach B was yelling, Mark, get out. Mark, get out. Mark, get out.
I thought about that when I caught it, yeah. I tried to get like you in your old fullback days.
Oh, well, you ain't beast enough for that.
Joining us now, head coach Jerry Partridge. Mark Harrison, the defensive player of the week in the MIAA. Did you tell him to take a knee?
Well, I was immediately saying, get down, Mark, get down, Mark, get down, Mark. He came out, and I was like, oh, no.
I thought he was going to score the whole time,
well,
didn't you?
Too.
He first cleared that first 5, then maybe he'll get to the 20. Then Yami Ali's block, at first I thought was a block in the back, and I kept looking, oh, no, and no flags. I can't believe we got away with it. But watching the video the next day, it was a legal block. He was on the side and took out 2 people.
Well, defensively, it was another solid day. Other than 2 or 3 big plays, 4 interceptions, 2 by Mike Jordan. Of course, Mark Harrison's is a play we remember. Elroy Douglas had an interception. Defense played really good again, didn't they?
Yeah, with the exception of 3 plays. I mean, there's 3 plays, got about a fourth of their yardage. But you're right on the back end. I thought we really did a great job at corner. We tackled well in the secondary. I mean, we played really well in the back end.
Even on the front end, too. I mean, you getting pressure on the quarterback. 3 of those 4 interceptions were because the quarterback was hit or almost hit or hurried.
Sure, there's a lot of pressure, and the kids played well. I mean, inside backers are playing good. I mean, we did some nice things. We played a good defensive football game.
Quarterback situation, Skylar Windmiller was the starter, 7 of 17 for 62 yards. TJ Lefevre, though, back from injury, looked a little bit sharper, actually a lot sharper when you look at statistics. 5 for 7 through the air, 61 yards, and also had some nice runs, orchestrated the first touchdown drive. Your thoughts there? Is this a full-fledged quarterback controversy now, because you're getting to the point where I don't think you wanted to be? I thought you wanted to have a situation where you play a guy a series or whatnot, but they're kind of, whoever's not starting seems to be playing better when they get in the game.
Well, I don't think we're in a controversy because I don't know that we have this big division on who should play. I don't think anybody knows who should play yet. But
that would be a controversy, I would think.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, I know who should play, but everybody, there's not the big blown out proportion situation.
He ultimately has the final say, too.
Correct. And I thought Skyler just missed on some throws, but the game's slowing down to him. I do think TJ came in and was really relaxed and did a nice job. We're going to have to connect the dots in the passing game to get people out of the box. That's what's going to have to happen.
Well, we'll talk about connecting the dots in the passing game. Maybe that'll happen Thursday night on National TV at Lindenwood. First time you ever played them. We'll talk about the Lions of St. Charles, Missouri when we come back.
Follow me into the jungle. Ain't no God on my streets, in the heart of the jungle. Won't you follow me into the jungle? Stick 'em, ha ha ha, stick 'em, stick 'em, ha ha ha, stick 'em, gonna push me.
Well, it's time for another riveting Emmy Award-winning segment of Beatboxing with Bo. And, oh, it would help to have Bo for his segment. You'd think he'd show up on time. Wait a minute. Bo, what are you doing in here?
I'm in the jungle looking for lions.
Oh, yeah, okay, that all makes sense. We are in the jungle. Hopefully we're about a repellent. Well, Bo, tell you what, you were really hard on Coach Partridge last week. In fact, you didn't even make a prediction. Do you have anything you'd like to say to him?
Jerry, I'm sorry.
Okay, well, apologies are accepted. Well, Bo, let's get down to the business at hand. New set of Lions, new opponent this week. We go over to St. Charles and Lindenwood. I know you have studied the tape inside and out. We need a prediction. What's it going to be, Griffons and Lions?
The Griffons' offense gets on track. Bad trouble. Griffons roll 47 to negative 47.
47 to negative 47. Bo, really?
You know me, total pain.
Welcome back. He's in a better mood.
He's in a slightly better mood.
He was in a bad one last week.
Yeah, he bodily threatened you there.
Yeah,
so,
it's not good.
And he rose to the challenge, too.
Yeah, you did. Maybe
fear is a great motivator.
Yes, it is.
Let's talk about Lindenwood. The Lions 1-2 on the year. Lindenwood, their 3rd year in NCAA Division II, their 3rd year in the MIAA. But this is the first time in school history that you will meet them, just because of the way the schedule dropped the last couple years. You didn't get to face them on the schedule. Now you will. Talk about that.
Yeah, scheduling anomaly. There's already been 3 teams that have played them 3 times, and we have yet to play them. There's been people that have been to Lindenwood twice. We've yet to play them. So it is a little difficult in the fact that that you're not familiar with what you're really facing. You know when you're playing a Central or Washburn or Northwest, or you know what to expect. This is something we just have no idea. The stadium, the facilities, you name it, and then we got a short week on top of that. The same token is they don't know what to expect out of us.
Well, you have seen film. Obviously, they have played 3 games. What have you seen so far?
Well, I really haven't been able to watch their defensive side yet. I've talked to some people. I know that Connor Harris, their middle linebacker, is a really good player, and he's a kid I recruited out of Blue Springs South. He was actually a quarterback. Recruited as a safety. They've made him a linebacker. He was almost freshman of the year 2 years ago when Mike Jordan won it. Offensively, they spread you out. There's a lot of screen game. I would say 1/3 of what they do is screen and trickery a little bit, and we got to be ready to defend that stuff. They do some things to try to slow down your pass rush. They'll set cut and try to cut people's line, the lines in the leg as you try to rush real hard, which you know, I don't like that style, but that's what they do, and you got to be able to defend it.
Lindenwood is a team out of St. Charles, Missouri, like we talked about, which on the outskirts of St. Louis. You recruit St. Louis very well. You know, the Mike Jordans, the Yami Alis, the Reggie Jordans from a year ago, all from
David Bass.
David Bass, that's right, from St. Louis, Missouri. Have you had to go up against them? They were an NAI power in the last decade before moving to Division II. Have you gone against them very much? And I assume you're going to have to go against them more now.
Probably more in Kansas City. They've gotten some Kansas City kids that you know, Jerron Alexander, the really good receiver. It's a kid we recruited out of Grandview, my hometown. But St. Louis-wise, it's kind of that same old thing that happens here in town, where kids just don't necessarily want to stay in St. Joe to go to college, and that happens a little bit there, where they want to leave and get out and get away. Now they're getting some bounce-back kids from Division I places that are St. Louis kids. That's what kind of happens a little bit, but not as much really in St. Louis. And our St. Louis kids are excited to go be playing close to home, and we've got probably 15 or so on the roster right now. So I wouldn't be surprised to see our visitor section, you know, fairly good filled up, you know, but just because all the St. Louis kids we have.
Well, this is a short week. It's a Thursday game, and normally we play Thursday games early in the year, and it doesn't matter because it's the first game. Well, this is one in the middle of the year, and it's tough getting ready for a game like this, is it not? Especially against an opponent that, again, you really aren't familiar with other than what you've seen on tape.
I always say on the front side of the Thursday game, I dislike it a lot. I hate it. The more Maverick would be a more exact word, but then if you get the win, it's Friday, and you feel pretty good. It feels really good, and you're glad you got a couple extra days for the next opponent. But it is difficult, but again, Lindenwood is in that same spot.
Other thing that's unique about this game is it's nationally televised. It's on CBS Sports Network. We have done that before, but just talk about what that means for the program.
Well, I think anytime you get exposure is good. I do feel like it's, you know, you hope someone out there from somewhere else sees this on TV and likes our style and what we do. I imagine, you know, the Kansas City, St. Louis areas, hopefully they're going to see it too. I think that's what MIAA TV does. This is our second time on it. We'll get to kind of talk to the people that are going to do the game. One of them's Eric Crouch, ex-Nebraska Cornhusker, and talk to him a little bit today too. And so it's pretty fun. It's cool. I mean, that's why we're doing it, and that's why we said yes, you know, because of that exposure.
You know what it's time for?
I bet I know.
Yeah.
The Tantalizing Trio.
It's time for Easley's Tantalizing Trio, and you know what special is today?
Royals baseball.
It's prime rib.
Prime rib.
I like.
It's always food.
It's the Rose Bowl cut.
You still don't get it. I don't get it.
$23.95 too.
$23.95.
Queen.
A little expensive for my taste. Probably yours too, right?
Yeah.
You know, spend $23
on
like
prime
beef.
rib. No. Like good beef. No. Okay, 3 questions. You just give me what's on your mind, and a couple of them you'll probably be expecting, and one you probably won't be expecting. Coach P, it's almost, you know what? I think it is fall. It is now officially fall. It's not like fall. It's now officially fall.
I know it's this week.
Do you like pumpkin things? Pumpkin pie? Pumpkin.
Didn't we go with this last week?
No,
I like pumpkin pie. I like pumpkin pie.
No, we didn't.
I feel like the Twilight Zone. The Tantalizing Trio is repeating itself.
Is this Groundhog's Day?
Yeah,
Tantalizing Trio?
yes.
I don't think.
Just watch last year's GSI, and it'd be just the same. It'd be
well,
great.
here's a question that I know we didn't ask last week, because we are getting to an exciting time of year. Hopefully for us Royals fans.
Already answered one question.
Yes, you have. Hopefully for.
Do you like pumpkin? No.
Hopefully for us Royals fans, excluding any experience you've had coaching, take that out of it. Take that out of it. What's your best sports memory as a fan?
Coaching or
as a fan? No, just as a fan.
So it has to be Royals or Chiefs, or it could be family.
It could be KU.
Well, let's hope it's not.
When my son was pitching for Savannah and won the district title, does that count?
That counts. That does count.
Big moments.
Yes,
beat Savannah, beat Benton, and turn around and beat Kearney the next week. He had pickoffs in 7th inning both games.
And finally, and a lot of people probably
went a different direction. What people thought it was going to do.
That was way different direction.
That was great. That's why I asked the question.
1985 won a World Series.
That too. Yeah. No odds to go. Finally, a lot of people probably don't know this because the big guns aren't playing. You know the Ryder Cups this week?
I knew it was coming.
Who's going to win? USA or Europe?
I'll be an American and say USA.
Tommy Watson's in charge. Nobody's giving them a chance, and he should have picked himself for the team.
Yeah, maybe.
Jerry Partridge, pick yourself a win on
when
Thursday.
We win, I like Thursday nights.
Yep, I do the same here.
They'll play at Lindenwood Thursday night. We'll see you there, or at least watch us on TV, CBS Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Follow me into the jungle. Ain't no God on my streets, in the heart of the jungle. Won't you follow me into the jungle?
Stand on the bus stop, your feet start clapping. I got a real good feeling, something bad about to happen.
Welcome back. You want to talk about a team firing on all cylinders? How about Missouri Western volleyball?
Yeah, entering the week, they are 8-3 on the season. They have a tough road swing ahead this week, but they can beat anybody in America. They proved that last week.
After suffering a disappointing home opening sweep at the hands of Central Missouri Tuesday, Missouri Western back with a vengeance Friday night.
You got to be in. You got to be in system all night. Okay? Other than that, just go do your jobs. Okay? Remember, faceless, nameless opponent other than what's in this scouting report.
Griffin's taking their aggressions out on Emporia State. The Hornets also wear black and gold, but junior Jesse Thorup trying to make them black and blue. 3 sets, 17 kills, and a .773 hitting percentage. That is efficient, that is effective, and that is a winner. A 3-set winner for the Griffins. They pulled the 3-0 sweep of Emporia. Saturday, a history-making day in the Fieldhouse. This is the #5 ranked volleyball team in America. Washburn entering the day with a perfect 10-0 record. This is Missouri Western, and the Griffins about to become the 1 in 10-1. We can spare the suspense. This one was all Griffins all the time. Erica Rottinghouse, Amanda Boonder leading a balanced attack from all sides. 2 of 4 players with 8 kills or more. This is the collective face of frustration. Meanwhile, this is the total swing of domination. Jesse Thorup, 17 kills in 3 sets on Friday, and 16 more kills in 3 sets on Saturday. This is still the face of frustration. This is time for celebration. The Griffins sweep the 5th-ranked Ichabods right out of St. Joe, 25-22, 25-21, and 25-20. It's Western's first win over Washburn since 2001. They moved to 8-3 overall, and we can call this a big-time signature win for a program that feels it has all the tools to have a special season.
We won the week, right? We've thought for a while now that we could compete with the top teams in the nation, and that's one of them. And we were really the aggressors today, and that was important. They hadn't yet really been challenged in a match to date. We've talked a little bit about getting over that hump, and that if we persevere, it will happen, and we don't have to force it to happen. It's just going to happen eventually if we continue to play our style of volleyball day in, day out, and that we would eventually get over the hump, and we did it today.
I think this win just makes us see, okay, any team that we're playing against, that we can win. We have proof, we've done it.
Lindsay Partridge here with Jesse Thorup. There for a while, I wasn't sure if it was possible for Jesse Thorup to make a mistake.
I get really lucky most of the time, so it's not really skill, it's just, you know, get lucky occasionally.
She just gets lucky. She's not really even that good.
Thanks.
The Griffins with a 3-game road swing this week. They're at Northwest Tuesday, they're at Missouri Southern Friday, and at Central Oklahoma on Saturday. UCO entering the week with a 13-0 record. But you know what? Marion Carbon's team has beaten unbeaten teams before, just like they did last week. And they talk about winning each week. You win the week, you're in good shape.
Well, you bet. And again, tough to go on the road in this league. Doesn't matter where you're going, where you're playing, especially after that emotional high last week. But I think Coach Carbon wants them to stay on that high and think the Griffins are that good. And you know what? They are pretty darn good and to go take care of business this week.
And when you believe you can win, some crazy things can happen.
You bet.
GSI back after this.
If change never happened, how would life take flight? How would our days unfold? At Heartland Health, we believe change can be beautiful. That's why we're changing our name to offer you even better care. Care that keeps up with the changes in your life and the moments that matter most. Heartland Health is becoming Mosaic Life Care. It's more than health care, it's life care. Visit us online to learn more.
Welcome back to GSA. I am Dave Riggett. Let's talk some women's soccer now, as I'm joined by Chad Edwards, head soccer coach at Missouri Western. Griffins are 3-2-1 after an 0-1-1 weekend this past weekend. And Coach Edwards, after the great start, talk a little bit about this past weekend. Was it a disappointment in your mind?
Yeah, I think so. You know, Friday night was an emotional game, a rivalry game on the road, and I thought we played okay. And we gave ourselves a chance to win the game, and I felt like we probably should have won the game. But to go on the road and get a point in Maryville was good.
Bailey Durbin, the big injury in the game against Northwest Missouri State. Talk about that, a broken leg, and how is she, and how is that going to affect your team?
Yeah, it was really, really hard to see. And for her to go down like that was just heartbreaking. She's doing better. I went up and saw her on Saturday. She had surgery Friday night late. It ended up being a long surgery. But the medical staff was happy with the way the surgery went, and she's on the mend now, and she actually was discharged from the hospital yesterday, which was good.
Defensively, you were good again this weekend, just 1 goal each game. Were you happy with that aspect of the game?
Yeah, we've been defending really well throughout the course of the year. Through 6 games, we've given up 4 goals, and if you can limit your opponents to less than a goal per game, you're going to have success through the course of the season. And we still haven't given up a goal through the run of play, and I'm proud of that. You know, obviously we need to clean up the set pieces, you know, eliminate that and continue to defend the way we have. We're going to give ourselves a chance every game.
I know one thing that's pretty special for you guys is now you're in the regional rankings right now. That's got to mean a lot to this program, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was really, really happy for the players. They deserve that, and they've earned it. It was awesome to see that come across last Tuesday. Now we got to live up to that, though, and we didn't do it quite this weekend, but now it's up to us to continue to get even better as we go through the season.
Now back at home this weekend, the 2 Oklahoma schools come to town, Central Oklahoma, Northeastern State. Will this be a challenging weekend for you guys?
For sure. UCO is very good, and so is Northeastern. They both finished into the tournament last year. UCO made a run in the tournament, and Northeastern's always tough. It's going to be it'll be a great weekend of soccer here in town, and I'm looking forward to the challenge, and I'm looking forward to our players stepping up, and we need to knock off teams like this if we want to get to where we want to go. So
protect your home turf too, don't you?
Absolutely. That's obviously key in any sport, and especially the way that the league's set up now, to where you know, we got our pod system, and then we only get 1 opportunity at these 2 teams, and we've got them at home. We've got to take advantage of it.
That's Griffon soccer coach Chad Edwards. Good luck this weekend, coach.
Thank you very much, Dave.
I'm Dave Riggert. Let's send it back to you guys.
Thank you, Dave. Let's hope soccer gets back on track this week. I think they will. There's talent. They've just got to stay healthy.
Yeah, you have to stay healthy. That is the key. But injuries are a part of sports and a part of life. And the path to getting back in the game is very important. This week we debut the Mosaic Life Care Minute. Educational tips to get you healthy and or keep you healthy on the field.
Absolutely. Good stuff coming up. This week we begin a 4-part series on concussions, what they are, how they are diagnosed, how to recover, and how to return.
Concussion is an injury that has to do with the forceful movement of the brain.
Can happen from a blow to the head, a jolt to the head. It can also happen from a blow or a jolt to the body that causes the head to move. It changes or alters the way that the brain works.
An easy way to think about a concussion is think of an egg and think of the yolk inside the egg. And when that yolk moves, that's like your brain moving inside your skull, and you don't want that to happen.
The size of the athlete, whether he's a 300-pounder or 150-pounder, really is pretty much irrelevant.
If in doubt, get checked out.
Every concussion is different.
A lot of times people get headaches right off the bat, but sometimes that's not always true. That doesn't always happen right off the bat. Dizziness, maybe some ringing in the ears. You're going to look for blank stares. They may not be able to tell you where they're at, what they've had for breakfast. They may not be able to tell you what they're doing.
I could feel it, you know, and it was just off. There was something about it that I had no control over.
Hearing doors shut and everything would make your head just pound, and lights would just be crazy. Like, just little things that you take for granted you just can't do.
But it's important to remember that some symptoms may not develop until 2 or 3 days down the road.
So just because you don't have symptoms right after the event doesn't mean that you don't have a concussion.
If in doubt, get checked out.
In summary, concussion symptoms are varied and can be grouped into 4 categories. Physical symptoms, including headache, dizziness, and nausea. Cognitive symptoms, including problems with memory, attention, and feeling slowed down. Emotional symptoms, such as sadness, irritability, and feeling nervous. And finally, problems with sleeping.
If change never happened, how would life take flight? How would our days unfold? At Heartland Health, we believe change can be beautiful. That's why we're changing our name to offer you even better care. Care that keeps up with the changes in your life and the moments that matter most. Heartland Health is becoming Mosaic Life Care. It's more than health care, it's life care. Visit us online to learn more.
Hi, I'm Jessica Cook. And this is Cook's Corner. And this is a Griffon soccer version of Cook's Corner. I am here with the Phi Delts of Missouri Western. And also, the most interesting man in the world. How did you guys get the most interesting man's number? How did he get invited to this?
Well, you see, the most interesting man in the world only cheers for the best soccer team in the country, and that is Missouri Western State University.
Okay, now why isn't he wearing any Griffon gear today?
He's a classy guy. He supports the Griffins through his cheers, not through his attire.
Well, he doesn't always watch TV either, but when he does, he watches GSI.
He comes to Griffon games. Obviously, our product is growing if he's there.
And you can see the Griffon product, the growing Griffon soccer product, this Friday night at home, Spratt Stadium, 7 o'clock against UCO, or Sunday, Northeastern State at noon. The Griffons, free admission,
Absolutely.
good product.
Absolutely. Coach Edwards and his club love to have you out. Spratt Stadium, neat place to be in the fall.
We'd like to see you Thursday night in St. Charles, Missouri. Griffon football national TV against Lindenwood. It's on the CBS Sports Network. If you don't want to make the 4.5-hour jaunt, CBS Sports Network at 7 o'clock. Griffin's trying to go 3-1. I think they'll get there. I hope they'll get there.
Well, it's a big game. Griffon seemed to start a new road winning streak, which, ironically enough, the time they'd lost before, national television, CBS Sports Network in 11 against Washington. Need to start a new streak.
Your mind is full of unbelievable statistics.
Well, and you know what else? Again, if you can't make it over to St. Charles, going down to Nordy's Bar and Grill. There's a watch party going on down there put on by the St. Joseph Alumni Chapter of the Missouri Western Alumni Association. Also some stuff going on over in St. Louis as well. So get out and support the Griffons this week, home and away.
Well, our stuff for GSI has concluded for this week. We'll see you back here next week.
Hey, wear your gold, and as always,
go Griffs.